Hi, family. What's up? It's your girl Ty, and I'm back with another read for you guys. First off, I want to say thank you to everyone who likes, share, and subscribe, and just simply support my channel. I truly, truly appreciate you. Give me a second, y'all. I'm just trying to get a lighting better so you guys can see my face a little bit better. I think that's perfect. All right, what's up, fam? I just got done doing self-care. I feel like my face looks so bright and shiny. So excuse me while I'm glancing at myself. You see my glow? Anyway, let me jump into the video. So anyway, what's up, y'all? I'm gonna do my introduction over. It's your girl Ty, and I'm back with another video. I do want to say thank you to all of my day ones and all my new subscribers. I truly appreciate you, and I'm happy that you're here. So let's jump into it. So today I want to do something a little different. I want to do a love reading, just to help people that's, with your little boo thing, your relationship, whatever ship that you're in right now. Because, everybody's not in a relationship. Some people just want to be single, want to date until they find the right one. And I just feel the energy this morning to do a love reading. So that's what I'm gonna do today. That's what we're doing. Today is my first love reading that I'm doing for the collective. So let's jump into this thing. See what energy we feeling. Well, see what energy spirit want us to bring attention to. The first cup the first cup the first card I got is the Queen of Wands, and I'm sorry, the Queen of Cups. And this card is talking about maybe pregnancy, compassion, kindness, supportive. So some of you guys could be pregnant right now. I don't really know how to pronounce the word pregnant. I feel like every time I said it wrong. So I'm gonna say with child. So I don't keep butchering the word. But some of you may be with child right now. Or maybe you're starting something new or meeting something. Okay, I love when the cards pop out like that. Period. So I got the Queen of Cups. Some of you may be with child, like I just said. Compassion. Maybe you guys are starting a new relationship, or maybe you have met someone new and they're making you feel more support. Maybe they're more supportive than the people that you are used to dating. I also see with the Queen of Cups, it talks about counseling or therapy. Some of you guys may be feeling the kindness and the support and the empathy from this new person that you're dating, and it's very intriguing to you because you're not used to this type of energy. Maybe the person that you're talking to right now or dating or whatever it is, your boo thing, they're different from what you're used to. And with that being said, you feel more comfortable to be vulnerable with this person. And I'm also picking up the energy of being careful about how much you share, though, because with the Queens of Cups, like I said, talk about counsel and therapy. And sometimes when we meet someone who we feel like we can be open with, we sometimes tend to overload or just drop a lot on that person because we feel like, oh, we finally have someone who listen or maybe understand us. And I hear spirit saying to be careful because, you know, maybe you should seek a therapist or a real counselor, a person who's licensed and, you know, to do this. Because I feel like sometimes, you know, we can leave one situation and go into the next situation. It's funny because it's bringing me back to a personal read that I just did for a family member the other day. But I was telling her, like I'm going to tell you guys, is that sometimes when people are in relationships and they, you know, after being in a relationship for so long, you start to see things that you like and you start to identify things that you don't like. And along the way, as you're learning more about yourself and as you're growing, because we all grow, especially for some of you guys, maybe you guys have been in relationships for, I'm feeling the energy of a long-term relationship. I'm feeling years, honestly, but some of you, it may resonate different. It could be weeks, it could be months, but for most of you guys, I'm feeling the energy of some of you guys have been in relationships for years now. And with you being in that relationship for so long, and when you came into that relationship, you wasn't who you are today. And there's nothing wrong with that. People, we all grow and evolve, and with evolving, we change. Our purposes change. Maybe you like this type of guy before, and maybe over time, that's not your type anymore. It's nothing, okay, how can I say this? It's not happening for you to feel guilty or bad about, you know, you're changing and not liking a person, because maybe the person is a great person. But just because someone is great doesn't mean that they're compatible for you. Maybe they were compatible for you in that season, but understand that seasons change and people change. And within those changing seasons and people changing, it can cause an off balance. And when things are off balance, sometimes we spend so much time and energy trying to fix it when it's nothing to be fixed. It's just not for you anymore. It's not serving you anymore. It served its purpose in your life, that relationship. And if you choose to not evolve and become, you know, this higher version of yourself, basically is you aligning with what you know you want. You aligning with what your inner self are saying to you. When you choose to not follow that, you find yourself being, I'm gonna just put the card up. You see it on this card, and this one of you got I got 5 cards here for you. On this card, is it a she or a he? Well, it don't even matter. Take it as it resonates. He or she is tied up. And on this card, it talks about releasing productivity. It's like when you release that feeling of feeling like, oh, I will be a messed up person if I chose to leave, because they're a great person, and maybe you have kids, or maybe, you know, you have built a home together. You feel like we have built all this together, and for me to just walk away for no real reason, maybe you feel bad about that. You feel guilty about it. And I hear Spirit saying, you and your feelings is a good enough reason for you to leave. You know how you feel truly better than anyone else. So you being truthful with yourself about the changes that you have, you know, noticed over time, and just noticing that the connection or that spark isn't there no more. That is you being true with your, that's your inner feelings. That's your soul speaking through your flesh. But understand that even though we have the soul that lies within us, it's up to us to allow that soul to blossom out through the flesh. And when we don't allow that to happen, that's when we feel tied down and bind to other people and feeling like, oh, well, basically putting other people's feelings before yours. Family and job, inheritance, stability, traditional roles of sex. Some of you guys are so focused on having the perfect job, the perfect relationship, or just having this perfect, you know, image that you're staying in a situation that you know is not really serving you anymore. But because outside looking in, it seems perfect. Maybe, like I said, maybe maybe you're dating a great woman. You know what I'm saying? That has a good job, a great career, a good head on her shoulder, and everything else. But it's like you're finding that you're slowly getting attracted to other women's, or for women's vice versa, other men's. It's something that you're avoiding in that relationship, that you're not acknowledging, that you're not getting attention on. Because the thing about people, when they seek attention, they only seek what they don't have. If they have something, there's no need to seek it. You seek what you want. If you have something, there's no need to seek. So being truthful with yourself about what you seek is your soul speaking through you. It's kind of like you knowing deep inside that you deserve better, or that you want better, but you still choose to settle for something that you feel like is good. And I hear Spirit saying, I can give you greatness. I don't want you to live a life where you just sit, where you're just satisfied. I want you to be above and beyond. What you mean to God is everything. You're the apple of God's eyes. And because of that, God wants the best for you, even if it's going to hurt you or someone else temporarily. Because understand that hurt doesn't last forever, and everything is only temporarily. So if everything is only temporarily, that means that everything have an expiration date, and everything will come to an end. And if everything's going to come to an end eventually, why not make sure that even if you have to shed a few tears, that you shed those tears so that you can get to that side of your journey, that path in your journey where you choose to release what wasn't serving you at that moment and find something greater. And for some people, you may come off as selfish because you just change. But understand, change is inevitable. Inevitable. I fucked up that word too, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Like, me personally, if I feel like a person ain't changing, I don't really want to be around you like that. Because I know that I'm changing every single day. Sometimes I feel like I'm changing by the second. I'm changing by the minute. You know what I'm saying? I don't even feel like I know that I'm not the same person that I was yesterday. I feel the shift in me. I feel the change in me. I see how I think. I see my thoughts changing. You know what I mean? But I'm learning to acknowledge those. Sit with that. Acknowledge my emotions. Understand my emotions. Not just put it in a box and say, well, I shouldn't be thinking like that. Because you're thinking it, honey, it's something that's stirring in your soul, that's trying to tell you it's time to move on. It's time for you to be happy. And you don't even necessarily have to move on to find another person. Sometimes you moving on from a relationship can be you evolving as a human being and just wanting to be single, wanting to spend all the time and energy that you give to a partner to yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. You can love on yourself as much as you need and want, because the more you love yourself, the more you will be suitable for a partner in the future when you do, feel like you found that person who may spark your interest to want to start a relationship with. Because in reality, we come here by ourselves. So why do we always feel like we gotta have somebody? And me, myself, I actually struggle with that in my past a lot, because I always been in relationships. So I get it for some of you who may be like me, but Spirit is saying, I know your heart. So you can hide from others, but you can't hide from me. Another card I got for you guys. Oh, you know what, y'all? I said I had 5 cards for y'all, but I see I got 6. My bad. 6 also represents growth. Once again, 6 is, a lot of people like to look at 6 like it's a evil or a bad number, but 6 to me is a very, very powerful number. And when I journal, and I've been starting back journaling in my journal, which I'm very proud of. I'm sorry about the back noise, about the outside noise, y'all. Somebody want to mow their yard while I'm doing the video, but I talk a little louder just in case you guys can't hear me. So, like I was saying, 6 represents growth. It spirals. It never stops. It's a long spiral at the top. That's because it's a journey. But once we catch on and understand, okay, this is how I'm feeling. I'm going to acknowledge how I feel. I'm going to speak on how I feel. And I'm not going to feel no shame about me feeling how I feel. Because I have the right to feel. I have the right to acknowledge how I feel. And if I'm not going to acknowledge how I feel, how do I expect anyone else to? And if you're not going to acknowledge how you feel, who got to live with that? You do. You got to live with the pain every single day of waking up knowing that something inside of you, deep inside, is telling you you can do better, or you can be happier, or this is not serving you anymore. But instead of you acknowledging that, like I said, you keep ignoring it, and that's not going to do anything but tear you down. The person that you're trying to stay there for and stay there with to make sure that they're not, you know, broken or upset or sad or whatever the case may be, they're good. They may be content, you know what I'm saying, with the situation. But we got to start putting ourselves first. Because we didn't come here to live a life to make sure other people are good. This is our experience. This is your journey. So live it how you want to live it. If someone is not making you feel a certain kind of way and you feel like you're missing something, and you look at, like, a lot of people be outside looking in, you look at other people's relationships or friendships or whatever the case may be, even though this is a love reading. Most of the time when you get caught up into gazing at somebody else's relationship or something they got going on, it's because it's something within that relationship that you see that you don't have within yours. And Spirit is saying, whatever you see in someone else's relationship that you feel like you void in yours, you too can have that. But it all starts with you making a choice to release what's not serving you no more, and welcome and allow the energy that God is preparing to serve you for the future to come in. You can't allow more water to come into a cup when the cup is full already. You understand what I'm saying? You got to first release the trash, release the filthy water, and refill it with pure, clean water. But when you just keep sitting in frustration, guilt, you're not going to serve yourself. You got to let it go and let God. And don't worry about what people are going to say about you or think about you, because people are going to always have an opinion. Just like everybody have I ain't going to say that, but if you catch my drift, you catch my drift. It doesn't mean anything. That's just their opinion. I'm not living my life based off what someone else feel that I should live my life. I'm going to live my life based off how I feel like I should live my life, and we all should do that. Even when it come down to relationship, even if it come down to you feeling, oh, well, this person have done so much and I owe them. You don't owe anybody shit. You owe everything to yourself. If somebody did something for you and feel like, and you or they feel like you owe them something in return, don't even take it. Because when someone do something for you, it should be genuine. And if it ain't, check the deuces. So don't feel guilty or shame about anything when you know in your heart that God is telling you and leading you to another path. Because like I said at the beginning of this video, this is the seasonal world, and everything here is temporarily. So with those seasons, things going to change, people going to change. Temporarily, we're just here for the meanwhile. When we leave here, this body, this avatar that we're in, we're not going to have it anymore. We're going to come back here as a whole other person, but the soul's still going to exist eternal. You're still going to come back looking for whatever it is that you came here to do. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want to get too much off track with that, but the next card I have is the Queen of Wands, which I got last night too, which y'all reading if y'all watched last night reading. But this card is talking about clear boundaries, unbiased judgment, honesty, open communication, support. Everything that I just talked about, right? You learning how to set those boundaries with how you feel and understanding, am I putting other people's feelings before mine? And I'm putting mine down here? And if you are, why are you doing that? Why do you think it's okay to put their feelings here and your feelings here? Release the shame and the guilt. Understand that you have the right to feel. And how you feel is important. We shouldn't be ignoring our feelings. Because that feeling that you feel inside, that thing that keeps stirring in you, that is your intuition talking to you, telling you what's serving you now and what's not serving you. So I also got this card. I just want to show you the card first before I even speak on it. You see the swords over his head, and he's sitting in the bed like he just woke up out his sleep, right? But instead of waking up and feeling happy and joyful, he looks stressed. He looks stressed. He got his hand on his head like, I don't know what to do. And this card, fear, anxiety, hopelessness, isolation, nightmares, breaking point, overwhelmed. That is the energy that you feel a lot. And Spirit is saying, and I know that you're in that energy, and I don't want you there. I don't want you to feel tied down and bound to someone that you don't have to be bound down to. Spirit said you came here alone, and you're going to leave alone. So it's time that you start to really get clear with yourself and honest with yourself about how you truly feel. Do that first. Sit with that. Take a week, take 2 weeks, however long you need. But first, be clear with yourself. And the next step is being clear with others. Expressing how you feel. Expressing how others make you feel. Expressing what you feel like you are voiding. Is getting voided of. If it's something that you want and you feel like you're not receiving, express that. And I feel like a lot of you have already been there before. And Spirit says that's why this read is keep popping up. Because Spirit said this not the first time that you received a video like this. And if you don't take heed, it won't be your last. The last card I got is I just want to show you guys a picture. And as you're looking at this picture, how do you think he feels? Because he looks pretty defeated. And I hear Spirit saying, you have got so used to showing up to the world as total opposite from what you truly feel inside. You have got so accustomed with wearing a fake mask when it comes down to your love life that you were unconsciously being okay with it. Seeking redemption, forgiveness, rising above problems, improvement, healing, recovery. God wants you to rise above this mask because it's no reason for you to wear a mask. We are already in a mask. Our flesh and our body is a mask. And you not being honest and real with yourself about how you feel is just another layer of a mask. And Spirit wants you to let go of any masses in any area of your life that you feel is not genuinely for you in this season. Understand that seasons comes with changes. That's why the seasons come. In the winter is cold. In the fall it's hot. Well, I ain't gonna say hot. It's kind of like windy a little bit because in the summer it's hot. But at the end of the day, although we go through seasons and things changes, just like anything change in this world, everything's changing, everything is moving, everything is vibrating. It's meant to happen. But we have to learn how to release